I want to ask you a very important question, and that is your marriage worth fighting for? Ask yourself that question. Is your marriage worth fighting for? If the answer is yes, then you want to hear this. And brothers, I believe that I am qualified to give a few points on this because I think I have enough under my belt. I have experienced two of them, the one that I have presently now and the one before this one. And I've learned so much from both of them. I've learned how a man should balance life. You can go all out, listen to so many different people trying to tell you or telling you you should work so hard, hustle, put your time in so much right now that when you get older, you can just relax and enjoy the fruit of your labor. But how many people that you know, how many podcasts that you have listened to that people are saying if they can rewind the clock and go back, that they will cultivate better relationship. They will stop to smell the roses along the way. Yes, they will work hard, but they will find that balance. How many people that you're hearing today that is saying in a marriage, especially, I want to focus on the men because I'm talking to men right now. How many friends that you have, podcasts, or other people that you have listened to that is making this statement or has made this statement? My wife and I don't communicate anymore. Why? Because there's a disconnection somewhere along the line. There is a disconnection when it comes to the communication. There's a disconnection when it comes with the spending time together with family. You come home and you're glued to the TV, to the news to see what's going on. You want to keep up with the latest trend. You want to find out what's going on in overseas and in the country, wherever the news are. You want to keep up to date with that because you have your investment and you're trying to protect your investment. You come home and you're glued to the computer because you still have unfinished work that you have to finish up. You come home and you're glued to your phone, still giving orders, still sending out requests, and you neglect the thing that means so much to you, your family, the ones who were there with you all along. You neglect them, and some people even neglect their friends, the one who were there to encourage them at time. Besides the wife, they have wonderful friends. And now they are neglecting those friends. They don't call like they used to. They are so consumed or so conformed to what is going on in the world and the world system to the point now they've broken off all that communication. It's like life now becomes lopsided for them. One side. It tilts to one side, and it's all about work and worrying about what's going on in the world. My friends, it can even affect your health. Your health can even be affected by this unsync. I want to call it unsync or uneven lifestyle that you're living. No balance. There is no balance. You are uneven because all your thoughts is towards what's going on in the world. I'm not saying a man should not be concerned about his investment, about his job, about his company. But remember that you can lose all that. And because of the gifts that you have inside of you, that no one can take out of you, you can rebuild that company. You can find another job. But remember, when their families fall apart and broken and gone, it is very hard to bring that back together. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you just destroy something that you can't put a price on when it comes to the value of it. I've seen people who have so much, way more than what others have and wish that they have, but yet they are so unhappy in life. I've seen friends who have it all and die in a home by themselves, have total stranger taking care of them. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'd rather be amongst family and friends. So my thing to you, my brothers, is this. As a head of household, it's easy for us to say, well, no one taught us this when we was growing up. I didn't know. But now that we know, we have seen it, we have heard it, and now that we know ourselves, like it said, to know what is right and not doing it, the text call it your sin. I call it you fall short. You know what you're supposed to do, but you're not doing it. And you're not going to get any results, or the results that you really want from that. I truly believe when a man put in the work, when he find the time to balance work and life, he can really live a prosperous and successful life. To me, being content and being happy to have the people around me that I love, it makes me feel like I have $1 million right in my bank account. It makes me feel so good. I always say this, a dollar bill, if you have it on the table, you're living by yourself, oh, I don't need any friend, I don't need anybody. You have $10,000 dollar bill on the table. Tell me which one of those dollar bill can get up and go get you a cup of water. I'm waiting. Tell me which one. The money will stay there and you will die of thirst. Yes, I truly believe having wonderful people in my life, it brings me joy to be able to give and to know what I want so that I can receive as well. I want love. I can receive that love. I'm not going to push them away. I want happiness. I can receive them when they come into my home and create that wonderful, joyful moment. I love what the text said. It said, what does it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? I interpret it this way. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and loses his peace? In other words, two men, one on the left, one on the right, they both can achieve success in life. But the difference between the two, one have peace and the other one don't. One have joy and the other one don't. One is happy and the other one is not. One is content and the other one is not. So riches is anyone can have riches, anyone can be rich, anyone can be wealthy. But do you have peace and contentment that comes with it? That's what makes a difference. And that's where when you balance life, you can have the peace and you can have the wealth because of your mindset. It creates a balance. You know what's inside of you. You know what you're capable of. And because of that, you know if you lost the house, the money, you can always replenish it with the gift that you have, that you can serve others and be rewarded tremendously and regain all of those things that you lost, the material things. I don't want to lose my family. I don't want to lose my wife. I love my wife and I want to keep the one that I have. And because of that, I have to put in the work as a husband. Now, as it says, seek and you will find. You might not have known some things. I did not know some things when I was younger. I thought I know how to love. I thought I know what love is. But I believe today at this age, I really know. I begin to understand more what love really is. Because there was a time in my life where I used to love with strings attached. I do things with strings attached. And now I understand that is not love. And as a husband, I can love my wife even when she feels sick and she can't, romance or make love like I will want to. Because now I can express compassion because I feel and I know better now. And I can express that compassion and not getting angry and say, well, it seems like you don't want me to touch you and all these different things. Those are things that cause the disconnection when you don't know. But when you seek, as it says, seek and you will find. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. When you ask, you shall receive. Everyone who seek find. But you must be willing to seek. And that's why if you ask a lot of men today, what do you want? Most men don't know what they want in life. I used to be one of those. And I believe it's because of our upbringing as well, where we were conditioned to ask for so much or certain things. Or we shouldn't ask for that because that is too big for us. We are not ready for that. Or that's not for us because of where we were born or where we speak, how we speak and who we are, all these different things. So we began to shrink back to the back of the line and just allow them to just pass it down. And that's your portion right there. Be satisfied with that. Go and live your life like that. But today we understand that any one of us can have our heart's desire. And that's why I encourage married men, because I've seen so many wonderful, good married men live their life, always giving, but don't know how to give to themselves and don't know how to receive. I wear so many clothes that was so outdated. Yes, I'm grateful because I have something to put on. But that's not the point. I had the resources to buy it. But because of my mindset, my limited mindset, I'm always pushing myself to the back of the line. Yes, it good to give. But how can you love your neighbor if you don't know how to love yourself first? Love your neighbor as yourself. If you don't know how to love yourself, how can you love your neighbor? And I think that was one of the mistakes that I used to make. Always try to love other people outside first and neglect my relationship with my wife. Always want to be nice to everyone outside first before I be nice here at home. Love your neighbor as yourself, which means that you have to know how to love yourself so that you can love your neighbor. So my brothers, if this message touched home for you, drop me a line and let me know. Just something simple as I was encouraged. I'm a married man too. I'm a husband. I'm a head of household. I needed that. Remember this. When you renew your mind, it will not just change the way you think, but it also change the way you live, my friend. Don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. And to go to our website and check out our website at NelsonRobinsonSenior.com. And also check out our YouTube channel at Nelson Robinson Senior HOH. Subscribe. And remember this, brothers, I love you guys. And I believe that it is my passion, my purpose to be an example, to encourage you guys, not to give up, not to give in, and expect the best for yourself as well. Because if you can't love yourself, you won't be able to love anyone else. And you deserve the best, my friends. You deserve the best. Love you guys. Until next time, peace, and we out.